My name's Nicholas and I've been part of Loughborough Estate community for well over 30 years. Here in Brixton, what we're trying to do is look at ways in which we can reduce the amount of waste that we generate. In this film, what we're going to do is look at ways in which you and I can look at making a simple difference. If you're anything like me, food shopping will be one of your biggest spends every week. But if you think carefully about what you buy, it will make a massive difference to the amount of waste that you produce. Not only that, but you could save yourself a packet. Did you know that the average family in London throws away £600 of food every year? So let's look at some of the ways in which we could all make a difference.
Whenever you go shopping, try your best to buy items with less packaging. Better still, try and buy loose items. Supermarkets will be forced to reduce packaging if consumers refuse to buy heavily packaged items. These heavily packaged items are nothing but wasted resources. For me, markets are the best place to shop. Not only do they use less packaging than supermarkets, they're much more cheaper.
£3.78.
But always remember to carry your own bag.
You're right.
Yeah, so how you been?
Not bad. What are you gonna cook today?
Gonna cook some stir fry today.
What kind of stir fry? Chicken?
Yeah. It's always good to plan your meals in advance. That way, you don't let good food go to waste. I've got some tomatoes, but I'm not don't need to use them. Should I put them in the fridge?
Put them in the freezer, I'll use them down.
If you've bought something that you know you won't be using for a few days, put it in the freezer. Be aware of portion sizes. If you don't make too much food, you won't throw so much food away. You can find loads of help with portion sizes at lovefoodhatewaste.com. Here you go, sweetheart.
Thank you very much. It looks really, really nice. Did you put the leftover in the fridge? I'll have that tomorrow, thank you.
At the end of the meal, don't just throw the leftovers away. Put it in the fridge and eat them the following day. This saves on money, time and cooking. There's always going to be some food waste. You don't have to throw this away. Use the free kitchen caddy to collect your food waste and take the 4 bags to the communal recycling bins. It's easy to clean, and if you need more bags or don't have a kitchen caddy, just pop into the estate office. The food from these bins is taken to a composting facility where it is shredded, broken down and dried so it can be used on farmland instead of artificial fertilisers.
Cutting down on food waste is just one way to reduce the amount of landfill we all produce. Let's meet someone else who's trying to do their bit.
My name's Sophie and this is Evie. The nappies that I use now for Evie will be in landfill, I know, for many, many, many years to come. And I would like to just cut that out completely. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to test out real nappies and I'm going to force myself to use them every single day, morning and night. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I'm going to see what happens and hopefully it will all be fine.
A lot of people are put off by real nappies because they've heard that they're more difficult to use than disposables. So we've called in an expert to give Sophie a few pointers.
I used washable nappies on my second child and I just thought they were brilliant, and that's why I do what I do.
This is a flat nappy and it comes in 2 sizes.
There are 3 types of real nappies. The first type is the flat nappy.
When you fold it like that, you've got all the absorbency underneath, and so that's for a girl, okay?
You can adjust them so that they fit the size and shape of your baby. And that's one of the big advantages of a flat nappy.
And can you see how snug that looks?
Yeah.
Then you've got the shaped nappy, and that one looks much more like a disposable. but it doesn't require any folding, and you'd still need a waterproof wrap over the top. And the third type is a pocket nappy.
You just stuff this inside like so.
You actually stuff the nappy with the absorbent material, and you have a stay dry surface next to the baby's skin.
I can apply for a £40 voucher which will pay for me to trial out a few different kinds of nappies. In a couple of weeks' time I'll be able to make a decision about which type works for me and for Evie best. I'm still a little bit nervous, but I've got what I need now, I think, so it's just a matter of getting out there and trying it.
It's 2 weeks later and we've returned to see how Sophie's getting on. Have the real nappies worked out, or will Sophie be desperate to have her disposables back?
The last 2 weeks have been really interesting actually, and it's not what I expected at all. I went off still feeling quite worried about it. I thought it was going to be hard work, and I was really worried still about the leaking and about being able to get them clean. But actually, now I'm at the end of it all, they are so much easier than disposables. The amount of rubbish that's in my bin has just shrunk gigantically since I've not been throwing disposable nappies away. But also, they're so much cheaper. It works out as about £1.50 a week for everything that it costs me to keep my real nappies versus £5 a week for disposables. That's a huge saving over the 2.5 years that she's going to be in nappies. I was really worried about getting the nappies cleaned. I've been giving them a rinse cycle first, and then after that I've been giving them a full normal wash at 40 degrees, and that's absolutely fine. They've been coming out with no problems at all. The thicker ones definitely take a bit longer to dry, but some of the thinner nappies are really good and dry pretty much instantly. They're practically dry when I take them out of the washing machine. The main thing that I've found is really useful is to test out some different types of nappies. They're all really good, and they're all good for different occasions. I am definitely going to keep using real nappies. I'm really proud of telling people that we're using real nappies. It's just amazing, really.
There's lots of other ways to make sure that things that you don't want anymore don't go to waste. I've done a bit of a clear out, but I don't want any of this stuff to go to landfill, because between you and I, the boroughs that recycle more have a lower council tax rate. So let's see how much of this lot can be reused. First, put all paper, tins and bottles into the recycling bank. Easy. All this will be then taken away, separated and recycled. If you've got good clothes that you no longer want, you can swap them for other clothes at switching parties. Or you could give them to charity, or you can just put them in a textile bag like this one. Also, if you've got old books or DVDs, you can give them to the media bank. You can even recycle things like batteries, spectacles, old phones and light bulbs at your local reuse and recycle centre. So all this leaves me with hardly anything at all, which I can simply put in a bin. It couldn't be any simpler.